Primal Piggy here with another BDSM United podcast. Thank you for joining me today. Since we're an educational podcast, we tend to ask a lot of questions. And sometimes we take for granted that we will all understand how to answer questions. So, even though it may seem like a little bit of a strange topic, what better way to resolve this than to teach on answering questions? In BDSM, it's common for a lot of people to have discussions both at munches and in real life uh, events and also online because the internet plays a huge role in BDSM communities these days. And so when people ask questions, oftentimes we may not know how to answer them. And so it really is kind of fitting. Um, Number one, read or listen to the entire question. Delay forming a response while the question's being read or being listened to. Uh, Read or listen to the entire question to enhance your ability to respond appropriately, to meet the needs of the topic, and to create the perceptions of confidence and concern for the author or for the person asking his or her question. So, in other words, be an active listener or an active reader and make sure that you are uh, giving the person who's asking the question uh, confidence and concern for what topic they're actually addressing. Second, pause to think and decide. When you read a question, ask yourself a question. Ask, do I even understand the question? Do I need to paraphrase to confirm that I understand the question? Or what is the best answer? How much detail does the person need in my answer? And how can I answer directly? And did someone else, if there's other people involved, already provide my answer? It's okay to admit that you don't know the answer, and using a pause to think gives you time to make your responses both genuine and unique. Third, answer only what's asked and then stop. Focus on the author uh, or the asker's needs. Too much information is confusing and it could be off topic. If the author wants to know more, oftentimes they'll ask for more. Sometimes questions that are asked are loaded, and a loaded question may appear threatening or contain a hidden agenda. If you take a pause while you think about the answer, it's often a really good thing. You'll want to ask yourself, should the answer even be deferred? Oftentimes, just choosing to keep scrolling or to ask for clarity is the best answer. If you choose to answer, decide how you can create the most positive perception of yourself while not embarrassing or calling out the author. Be yourself, but remain non defensive. Do this by pausing and thinking before you respond, and maintain respect for the questioner. Consider every question important. Oftentimes, a rhetorical question is a question asked solely to produce an effect, and it's not to elicit a response or a reply. When responding to these online, simply use something like a post reaction, like a thumbs up, to show that you've read the post. But also, be comfortable with silence. If it's a rhetorical question, no answers expected. If you choose to comment, make sure it's something that's either encouraging or it adds to the topic. Number four, avoid lazy or apathetic answers. Being an educational podcast, or if you're on an educational Facebook page or in an educational group, authors often volunteer a considerable amount of time researching, creating, editing, posting content as a sign of respect and to show value in what's put into making posts and making articles and things. Please respond to questions with complete thoughts and educationally informed answers. If you're new, uh, you may not have a lot of answers, at least not in the beginning. And so, make sure that you use complete thoughts and that you come uh, from answers from what you already know. And then don't be afraid to ask questions for things that you don't understand. Unless you're specifically asked, avoid abbreviated answers, especially online. Answers like kink or NMK or yes or no. Let your thoughts be your own by personalizing answers. If you use these abbreviated answers, oftentimes that's just a kind of a lazy answer. Elaborate just a little bit. You don't have to overshare, but elaborate. Let your answers give back to the authors because it shows your gratitude. Consider it a good sign when an author asks questions, because from questions, you tell us what's important to you and you add clarifying information to, uh, to, to your thoughts. Answering questions provides opportunity for you to display our BDSM lifestyle and to help educate others. And answering them in a positive way both maintains your personal integrity and it also helps build our community. We often like to say that when adults are educated in BDSM, it helps make our entire BDSM community better. So thank you for racking up some good or earning some good karma for for asking good questions and for giving good answers to those questions and helping build our BDSM community and just helping be a positive type of education in all of our spaces, both our social networks and in our events and as a response in emails and correspondences. Just be sure that you're asking good questions and also that you're responding appropriately. It just makes everything a lot better. I'm Primal Piggy. You can find all of our resources at www.bdsmunited.com. And it was a joy bringing this topic to you. It was one that you probably won't find anywhere else on any BDSM website, but we're unique sometimes. And it's been a joy talking to you, and I'll talk to you again soon.